Hi, I here. This is a reading for the sign of Taurus. We're going to pull two cards from the Thoth deck, and those are going to represent the energy that is surrounding you. We're going to look at the bottom of the Thoth deck, and that is going to represent your general energy. We're then going to pull 9 cards from the huge tarot deck, and we're going to slowly turn those over and see what story unfolds. The card we find on the bottom side of that deck is going to represent the general theme of this reading. And once we get a sense of what the story or message of this reading is supposed to be, or what things we're supposed to uncover through this reading, we're then going to pull one card from the shadow deck to represent what is in your unconscious energy. And what we see on the bottom of the shadow deck is going to be what you don't see coming. So let's just see what happens. Alright, so let us tune into the energy of Taurus today. So let's see what messages we have for the sign of Taurus. So if that is your sun, your moon, your rising, however you identify with the energy of Taurus, you can use that as a way to shape and color the messages that come through today. And as always, if what I'm saying does not resonate with you, if it doesn't seem to fit, don't try to force it. You can always check your other placements, or you can just stick around and see what is going on in the world of other Tauruses in the world. Okay, so always take what seems to fit naturally. Don't ever force anything. Take what sticks and leave what doesn't. This is a general reading, so it's not guaranteed that everything that comes through is going to necessarily be for you. So again, just take what naturally seems to fit for you and your situation. Use your own intuition, your own judgment, and use this primarily as a self-reflective exercise to understand sort of what your life looks like at this point, or you know, what things you should be reflecting on as you move forward in whatever situations you're going through. All right, so what messages do we have today for the sign of Taurus? So as I said, we're going to pull 2 cards from this deck here to see what is going on around you. And then the underside will represent your general energy. So I'm feeling one more solid shuffle, and then we'll get started. Okay, so let's see what we get. Okay. Feels pretty good. So let's see what cards we get from this deck. So we'll pull 2 for what's going on around you. And your general energy is the Ace of Wands. Very nice. So that new fiery passion, some new inspiration, some new idea, something that is fueling you to move forward and do something exciting or creative, or something that just makes you feel alive. Just that creative, pure force from the universe that just makes you want to produce whatever ideas are building up in your mind or in your feelings. Just that energy to want to create and move forward with something. So that's really nice. And look at that, more fire energy. Lots of fire energy here. So we are ready to make something. So we've got the 8 of Wands, and here we have the 5 of Wands. So here is a card that represents speed, swiftness, communication. I have a feeling that you are probably feeling a great deal of inspiration, be it mundane or divine, but something is really inspiring you, that's giving you ideas and thoughts that you want to put out in the world. And I think this is you trying to sort of make sense of all the information that is coming through to you and trying to figure out what to do with it, how to put it out there. You know, you're feeling so many things right now that they're probably almost conflicting within you, and you're feeling a sense of restlessness of trying to get whatever this is out of you and into the world. And I mean, that's very nice. There's definitely something boiling here under the surface that's ready to come out. So let's get a sense of how that is manifesting in your world or your experiences. Let's get a sense of what you're going through, or perhaps maybe even a story here about how to get this energy out of you and into the world. Okay. So we are going to pull 9 cards from the huge tarot deck. I love this deck. It's one of my oldest decks. I got this long before I knew anything about how to read tarot. I got this in a voodoo shop in New Orleans, and it's a variation on the Rider-Waite-Smith traditional deck, but the art is just a little bit different. Unlike a lot of modern tarot decks that take a lot of liberties and really sort of switch things up, this one's fairly close, I feel, to the original meanings of what you get with your classic Rider-Waite deck, but just with a slightly different sort of mood or tone to it. I really like the color palette on it too. It's not too bright, but it's not too dull. I've just always really liked it. I mean, it's my oldest deck, so of course I feel a nice connection to it. But all right, so we are going to pull 9 cards from this, and that is going to tell us the story of this reading. It's going to tell us what is going on with you and your world, and how you are feeling and experiencing, or what you're going to do with all of this fire energy inside of you. Alright, so let's pull 9 cards. Alright, so the theme of this reading is the King of Swords. Interesting. So, a different kind of vibe from what's going on here with the Ace of Wands. So you're in this space of just, you know, ready to create, ready to bring something into the world. Some inspiration is fueling with inside you. And the theme of this reading is the King of Swords. So perhaps, again, as I said, I feel like maybe you are having this sort of restless experience of having all of this energy inside of you, or, you know, this card I see is maybe the conflict within you trying to be resolved. And look at all this energy that's going all over the place, and I feel like this is a story about getting some kind of control over what's going on inside of your thoughts and in your mind, and trying to make some sense of how to get that under some sort of like structured system, so you can be in command of the things that you're feeling and experiencing. So the King of Swords, he's a little cold, but again, you've got all this hot, fiery energy here that needs to be sort of maintained. So maybe you need the sort of cold, collective, like stillness that the King of Swords is going to bring to this situation, so you can get a grip on all of this energy and refine it and bring it to a sharp point like a sword that you can then use to actually carve into the world the things that you're really thinking and experiencing. So let's see how this starts. It begins with the 7 of Swords. So it begins here. This is a card of deception. This is a card of someone that's perhaps deceiving you, or perhaps you're deceiving yourself, or perhaps you're deceiving others. Perhaps you're feeling these things and not able to make sense of them, and they're almost maybe warping the way you see the world around you. Or maybe the feelings that you're experiencing right now are leading you into a place where you're not able to properly communicate them with the people around you, and perhaps you are sort of creating a version of yourself that is not authentic or true to what is really going on inside of you. So your thoughts are maybe swirling around in your head, and they're not allowing you to sort of feel comfortable in your own space. And so you're perhaps building up a persona of that is deceiving to the people around you about what you're really experiencing and going through. So let's see if we can get a little more about that. 6 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so the 6 of Pentacles, as you can see, it's a card of balance and readjustment. It's usually a card of representing people who are struggling, or there's an imbalance in possessions or wealth, and this is a card that is geared around trying to maintain a balance, either through the rich giving to the less fortunate, or maybe even the less fortunate trying to climb their way up to what is more fortunate. But usually this is a card of giving more than taking. And we see over here on the other side we have the Three of Cups. This is the card of celebrating with friends or family or just loved ones in general, and bringing that community together to celebrate whatever it is, the bond that you all share together. So it's interesting that we have the Seven of Swords in between these two extremes. So again, I feel like maybe what is happening inside of your internal situation is deceiving you and making you be perhaps less authentic to who you truly are. Um, Perhaps there are people around you who see that you are struggling and are suffering, and perhaps the Six of Pentacles is them trying to provide for you, maybe not through giving you money, but perhaps maybe support in some way to try and help you, you know, get more grounded and feel more centered in who you are. Maybe you're in a place where you're not feeling yourself and other people sense that. And perhaps you are the kind of person that's around a lot of people who really enjoy your presence. You're usually in communities of people who want to help and support you, but there's something that perhaps feels off. And so the people that are around you that love you and care about you are sensing this off quality about you and are trying to reach out and give you the support you need in some form or fashion. So again, it feels like there's something sort of growing inside of you that is making you feel a little detached, and it seems like the others are picking up on that, even though you're not being completely forthcoming with what you really experience in your day-to-day life. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Justice card. Okay, so with the Justice card, again, another card of balance, sort of contrast, or not contrasting, but comparing to the Six of Pentacles here, we even see two scales here. So again, I think all of this energy inside of you is making you feel just a little off kilter, and you're trying to get some sense of control over it. With the Queen of Pentacles, this is a woman who is very knowledgeable. She has experienced life. She has enjoyed life. You see here in this card, there's a map behind her. She's seen things. She's been places. She knows what she's doing with her life. And she wants to provide for those around her with the knowledge and the resources that she has. She lives comfortably. She is grounded. She, as I said, is very knowledgeable, has seen the world, and wants to care for those and help other people grow and experience the same things she has. So that in line with here with the Justice card, again, I feel like you are sort of in this sort of off-balanced place, and you need other people around you to help you get back into control. So I don't know what has maybe thrown you off, what has sort of inspired these ideas, but I really see more and more from these cards that the idea is that you need to get more integrated with the environment in which you are living, and you need to re-seek that balance. There's people out there that want to help you. The Three of Cups and the Six of Pentacles are the people who love and want to nurture you as you're going through whatever this is you're going through. And the Justice card is a sort of more grand level sort of reevaluation of not just the people in your life, but the environment in which you live, and trying to recalibrate and feel like you're perhaps more at home than you might feel like you naturally are. And with the Queen of Pentacles, again, I feel like you're going to be getting some kind of guidance through this process, not just from your loved ones, but perhaps someone in particular that has been through the same experience you are and wants to provide for you the resources and the nurturing you need to get through this. So again, I think you're surrounded by people that care about you, and people that want to help you find that balance and to get back into your own personal space in a way that's going to make you feel good about who you are and what you're doing. And here in the middle, the Three of Swords. So yeah, again, you in the middle of all of this energy that's trying to help you feel balanced and grounded and loved, you are really channeling the sword energy. So perhaps the idea is you're trying to get to a level of King of Swords sort of control over what's going on with you, but there's a lot of turmoil, there's pain that's inside of here, that's maybe not necessarily like heartbreak in particular, but some kind of internal wound that really needs to be addressed and cleaned before whatever it is that you need to create and unleash into the world is able to be able to be done. If you try to create things when you're in a place where you're not really feeling super like grounded in who you are, you might accidentally do damage as you're trying to bring whatever this is into the world, either for yourself or other people. Because if you don't have that nice, clean, smooth channel between your thoughts and what you're producing, if there are negative sword energies that are sort of like throwing you off balance, you're not going to be able to create the vision that you have, or like I said, maybe even create a vision that is almost destructive, because it's the care that's needed to create it in the right way might not come through in the way that you hope it will. So listen to whoever this Queen of Pentacles person is. Be open to assistance from those that love you and those that have the advice to be able to help you regain that balance. So here we have the Star, and then we have the Ten of Wands. So now we're moving into, we're moving away from Earth and Water energy, and now we're getting into the Fire energy again. So here again we have an 8, a 5, an Ace, and now we have a 10. So maybe what is weighing on you, what is making you sort of doubt yourself with all the Sword energy, that's keeping you from being able to maintain a sort of balance over what you're feeling, is being burdened by too many tasks. Or perhaps, I mean, if this is really the energy you're experiencing and it's coming through in this sort of chaotic, conflicting way, maybe that is the burden that you feel like you have to carry all of these ideas. Like maybe you're just a really, really creative person that thinks very quickly and very deeply about things, to the point of it almost being a burden you have to carry, because you have so much that you're processing and creating at any given time. It's a lot for you to be able to put it out there in the world. And this is what you are best at. This is the thing that guides you in this world. This is the stars, this quality you have to be able to produce all these brilliant ideas. But your job is not just to be the sort of mouthpiece for these ideas, but also to carry them and to take the time to be able to express them, to be able to communicate these ideas properly, even though they're coming at you in this very intense, conflicting energy. And so that's putting you in this headspace of feeling this pain, feeling this sort of, you're giving off illusions of who you really are to the people around you, because it's just so much weight to carry as all this information comes into you. But again, remember, you have people around you that love you. You have people who know more about what you're going through than you maybe are able to understand. They want to help you. This Queen of Pentacles wants to be able to assist you, and the people who love you want you to be able to find a balance as all of this information is coming into your mind. And don't forget that you are guided by this. It is your burden to carry this, but it's also a gift. I mean, every gift, it to some degree, can be a burden as well. So let the people who love you help you carry this burden and create the beautiful things you need to be able to create. And that's, look at that, the Nine of Cups. If you let the people around you help you carry this burden and help you take the time to figure out how to refine what you're feeling and to live your life purpose of being able to put these ideas into the world, this is what's really going to bring you the joy that you need. So again, I think you are experience a sense of being sort of off balance and not really clear about who you are to yourself and to others. You're feeling this pain internally, but as you get closer and closer to this source of inspiration that is inside of you, as you get away from these illusions of yourself and the pain that it causes you as you experience these things, you get closer and closer to this cloud nine, joyful Nine of Cups energy, which is crowning here this source of this inspiration, the energy that is inside of you at your heart that allows you to be the greatest version of yourself that you can be. It's not easy. It doesn't feel good all the time. It's chaotic. It can come in bursts, and it can be overwhelming as all of that's building inside of you. But it's what you do, and it's what, when you are able to share this burden with the people around you, you're going to be able to create some really beautiful things. So that feels really nice. But again, the theme here is trying to get control over this energy that is just pulsating through you and refine it with the finesse of the King of Swords so that you can channel all of that and you can actually create the things you want to create in your life. So let the people around you who love you help you. Make sure that you're listening to the thoughts that are inside of you, and those thoughts are going to inspire you to do some really nice things. So let's see what's in the shadow deck. Let's see what messages we can get before we wrap this reading up. So we're going to pull one card from here, and that's going to be what is going on in your subconscious. Okay, so let's get at least one good shuffle out of this. Okay, that feels pretty good. So we'll pull one card from this, and then your subconscious energy is the Two of Swords. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that weight coming through here. There's, like I said, there's a lot of negative sword energy that's really weighing on you and really making you feel a sense of burden. And you're not really sure what to do with it. So you get stuck in this suspended state where you feel all of these things, and you know there's great joy behind what you're feeling, and you know there's a huge amount of creative force of being able to basically encode information just from the divine source of the universe that you are inspired and able to channel into the world. But it's heavy. It's heavy. It's a burden. And, you know, it's what gives you power, but it's also a burden. And so that leaves you in a place where you're almost feeling stuck of what to do with all of this energy when it comes through. And again, you need to refine it. You know, do I do this with it? Do I do that with it? You know, do left, right, up, down? What am I doing? Which sword do I pick in this situation? And I think the idea here is to sort of transcend both of those choices and integrate all of the stuff that you feel together in a way that is true to you, not because you are trying to pick one piece and focus on that piece, but take all of the pieces collectively, integrate them into the core of who you are, and express that into the world. And that's really what's going to help you get past this blockage and this pain that you feel. Is to really help. What's going to really help you feel grounded is taking all of that energy into yourself and using that to express everything about who you are, all in one sort of one burst of self-expression, rather than trying to figure out which is the right way to go. And so I think the idea of channeling it, like I said here, into this point as a sword, is to take all of who you are and bring all of that together and then refine that and express that as who you truly are. Now, what you don't see coming is the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so maybe you are going to need to let some things go, but it's not going to be things that are going to be painful to let go. Maybe the Eight of Cups, that the qualities that you need to let go of in this experience are not people or emotions or anything like that, so much as it is the intensity that is causing these blockages for you. Perhaps what's going to allow you the freedom to walk forward is rather... I mean, you want to make sure you're channeling all of this energy together and creating something whole that's every quality of yourself. But perhaps what's going to be the thing that finally allows you to do that and bring all of this together is to let go of some level of doubt of perhaps you're feeling some sense of what you are not rather than what you could be. And by letting go of that kind of idea, maybe that is what allows you to not deceive yourself with all of this negative mental energy. Let go of the things that are not true to you and hold on to the things that make you feel more grounded in who you are. Really pay attention to the people that care about you and remember that they are a part of you as well. The things you do affect other people, and the people that are around you affect you. So again, maybe the blockages that you're feeling are coming from, it's overwhelming, but, perhaps letting go of the anxiety that comes with not understanding all of those feelings, perhaps that's the cup you have to walk away from as you learn to integrate all the parts of you more into this fiery, passionate energy that you can then put forth into the world. So, I hope that was helpful. Perhaps you get a little more out of this than just what I'm speaking here. It's an interesting little set of cards here, but I very much feel like at its core, it's about you trying to express yourself and be true to yourself, but in a way that is constructive and refined. Listen to the people around you, pay attention to your loved ones, let go of things that are not serving you, and take the time to really channel all of this conflicting, passionate, fiery energy into what you do and what you say, and bring it with you into every situation in your life. And you're going to find the calling that you need to find, and you'll be able to carry the burdens that are holding you back to be able to take this fire energy and create the joy in the world for yourself and those around you that you're really capable of doing. Transcend the things that are breaking you into two pieces, and come and integrate all of that back together by letting go of whatever pain and doubts you have, and remembering that everyone around you really does care about you and wants to help you. So I hope this was helpful. Please like the video, share it with anyone that you think might enjoy it, leave a comment if you would like, and yeah, Taurus, I hope this was something that was either helpful or enjoyable or whatever you needed to get from this experience. I hope you were able to get that, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.